What's going on, freaks? This is your boy Freaks from here, and today we're going to talk about something different. Arrow. We're going to talk about John Diggle Jr. actually, not the Arrow. There are 4 different TV shows of the CW network. There are the Arrow, the Flash, Supergirl, and the Legends of Tomorrow. So it's in that order. That's when they came out. Arrow came first. Today we're going to be primarily talking about John Diggle Jr. So I'll be primarily basing it on the Arrow, okay, or the Hood, or the Green Arrow, whatever you want to call it. But the other shows are interconnected because they're in the same universe, except Supergirl, who is in a different universe, so we won't really be talking about her at all. Let's start from the beginning, the original timeline. In the beginning, John Diggle and Lila Michaels had a daughter named Sarah Diggle. She was born on October 8th, 2014. This is the original timeline, but when you have the Flash, who sometimes alters the timeline for his own personal gain, he doesn't really give a damn. He just, does whatever he wants. I mean, come on, man. I get it. Your parents died, but you shouldn't just, change the timeline because it's for your personal gain. We all have to live with our, things that happen to us. We gotta live with it, right? And then you have the Legends of Tomorrow, who time travel every single episode, and every time they do, they alter reality and alter the timeline in every single way. They time travel to the past, into the present, to the future. I mean, you really never know what's gonna happen when you're watching this show. Right? I mean, the timeline always changes. So basically what happens after Sarah is born, right? So about in 2016, so 2 years, when Sarah's 2 years old, Barry travels back in time to save his mother, which changes the timeline completely because supposedly it makes Oliver Queen, he never, went on the yacht, and Sarah, not Sarah Diggle, the original Sarah Lance, she never becomes an assassin, and since Oliver Queen never hires John Diggle and Lila Michaels never reunite. They never reunite, which means they never have a child named Sarah Diggle or John Diggle Jr. So basically it changes up everything, right? And the Legends of Tomorrow, the Flash, the Flash might have happened, but the Flash, the Arrow, and the Legend of Tomorrow, they didn't exist. Nothing happened, but they were all still alive, except, of course, the child of John Diggle and Lila Michaels. Barry Allen, or Flash, has side effects of changing a timeline, and he doesn't like it. Alright, so he goes back in time to stop his 2016 self from changing a timeline, right? And once he does that, he was hoping that it would change everything back to what it was, but he is explained from another speedster who looks exactly like his dad that every time you change a timeline, something's different. Nothing's gonna stay the same forever, and once you change the timeline, alright, and he changes the timeline. Everything is kind of similar, like most of the stuff is similar, except that some people are dead, some people are alive, some people have fights when they didn't, and some people never exist. One of these people is Sarah Diggle. She is erased from timeline and is replaced by John Diggle and Lila Michaels' son, John Diggle Jr., who we're going to be talking about today. So basically Barry creates a new timeline. I don't know if I explained it right, so I'm gonna let Barry Allen or the Flash explain it for me.
Dude, this is the timeline. This is the point that we exist on it right now. This past point is where my mom was murdered. So when I saved her, I created a new reality. a new timeline. I was living in a mirror universe. It's called a flashpoint, apparently.
But you decided to leave it. Why?
Life started to spin out of control. I decided to run back in time again and let things happen as they were supposed to, in hopes of resetting the timeline. But
what?
But when I came back, things weren't the same.
In this new timeline, John Diggle Jr. is born instead of Sarah Diggle.
You ran back in time,
Yeah.
stopped Reverse Flash from killing your mom, and then lived in an alternate reality where both your parents were alive.
Yeah.
And then you restored the timeline, came back to the moment you left, and noticed that things were different?
Exactly.
Does that just happen when you travel through time? Do things just change like that?
No, I mean, not like this. I don't know, Felicity. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, why don't you just walk me through what happened, and we'll try and figure it out. So what changed?
Wait. Who's that young boy with Dig?
No way, he didn't have a kid before?
Oh, he had a kid. He has a kid. Yeah, it was baby Sarah.
Baby John.
Are you?
Oh my God, it really can affect us.
Okay,
Which is a shock to John, who finds out during the alien event.
Jackson, Professor Stein, found a message from me in the future saying that right now I can't be trusted.
And why would future you say that?
I think because I went back in time and changed the timeline, and now things here are different than before I left, including some of your lives.
Some of our lives, like who?
Cisco, Caitlin, Wally, Dig.
me? What happened?
Hey. Apparently you had a daughter.
I had a daughter, Barry?
Baby John was baby Sarah.
So let me get this straight. You just erased a daughter from my life?
Yeah.
This is the part where it gets kind of confusing, so guys, bear with me. The Legends of Tomorrow. So Legends of Tomorrow are a group of time travelers who are a group of people from the Arrow and Flash, right? And they aren't exactly the main heroes, so I mean, that's why they're called legends. So they are completely time traveling people, superheroes who help. I mean, if they can't be the best superheroes at their time, they would actually prefer to help other people around the world and time. So basically, the legends crashed into an alternate timeline where they encountered a different Green Arrow who was very similar to Oliver, but had the name John Diggle Jr. So obviously, if this Green Arrow was anything like the original Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, he wouldn't give his identity away unless the legends prove themselves that they were accomplices of Oliver Queen, Flash, or his father, Spartan, or should say John Diggle. This event was completely impossible at the time, since John had a daughter, Sarah Diggle, not a son. So basically, before very change the timeline, as I mentioned previously, John had a daughter, but we don't really know what would happen after. So Sarah could have had a brother who would be named John Diggle Jr. So this event could be happening from there, or it could be happening from the new timeline that Barry created, right? So because both of them are still unknown what's gonna happen, because we're still in 2017, right? So unless the show goes up to 2060, which I mean, shows don't really go for like 70 years, but I mean, if it does, we'll find out. So once they earned John Diggle Jr.'s trust, John Diggle Jr. explained how Grant Wilson, who is Slade's son, has supposedly killed Arrow, crippled him, and first of all, he would explain how his arm was, cut off and stuff with John Diggle's bullets and guns and stuff. And then he was supposedly killed, and which led him to taking up the mantle of Green Arrow, since he is the son of John Diggle, and John Diggle was a war hero. He loved helping people, so I would think it's from his mom or dad's side, because they're both heroes, and helping people is just in his genes or what he was brought up thinking that. So according to John Diggle Jr.'s information, John Diggle, who is Spartan, and his father was killed during Grant's uprising, and he blamed himself for it. So what I think happened is that since John Diggle was an accomplice of Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, he was also a superhero named Spartan. He's not a superhero, but he was a hero. He supposedly gave up his life to save him. I mean, he is one of Green Arrow's best resources, and he trusts him the most, right? And so he gave up his life because that's what he loves doing, and that's what he thought he was right, what was right for the world. So he blamed himself for John Diggle giving up his life. He felt undeserving of John's name, so he went by the name Connor Hawk. He encountered Rip Hunter and his crew and helped them fix their time ship, which was kind of hard. They had to go through a lot of clues and stuff to find it, but along the way they encountered Oliver Queen, which is kind of surprising, since I mean, for 15 years John Diggle Jr. never encountered it when he went to Arrow Cave, but for some reason one day he's there, right? And this is a show that is, the show showing how it works. So I mean, it doesn't seem kind of suspicious that Oliver Queen was there at the exact same time when they were there. But whatever, we're getting off topic. So Oliver Queen was unwilling to do so, but he helped John Diggle and the Legends fix their time ship, and eventually he started helping rebuild Star City. Most of the Legends left. Oliver and John were seen trying to fix the damage that was done to Star City, because they're both heroes and they obviously want Star City to become prosperous as it once was. Thanks guys for watching. This was your boy Freestrom here. If you liked the video, please comment. If you want to tell me what you like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you're new. This was Freakstorm. Peace out.